Come on in.
This is your man cave. How's it going, bro?
How are you? Good.
I brought the scarf. Oh my goodness!
I cooked all morning.
That's
just
amazing.
For you.
All right. So you say we won this game, and then how much? What prize money did we win? Like a headset?
Oh no. 1,500 euros.
Ooh.
And it will be SK Gaming who will win here Season 7 of the ESL Major Series.
Now that we are both in LCS again, we are down for a couple of great fights. But for us, this whole journey starts in 2009 at E3. The game was in beta. They showcased it. Then we introduced it to Gamescom a year later. The first time we met is at Internet Extreme Masters at CeBIT in Hanover.
That tournament was good.
That could have been the first international title for League of Legends for SK. You didn't deliver, man.
No, we didn't.
Ocelote surely going to be picked up. He uses his ultimate.
I very quickly kind of got into the team and got into the lineup and got into the, deciding what was going on in the lineup itself.
And you were vocal.
I was very vocal when I essentially took over slowly that responsibility. A lot of lineup changes. I don't even know how many people went through SK, but it was so funny because every time we did tryouts, those people that we didn't accept in the last batch would end up in like top 4 teams everywhere. So there was a moment in which either everybody in the top scene has been SK Gaming before and then we kicked them, or were in our tryouts and they didn't pass the test. I remember that.
The real journey started at into the Extreme Masters Finals, Gamescom 2012. Qualification for the first season of LCS.
Against CLGU.
People would call it from the outside.
How?
They would say, no Ocelote, no SK.
They keep saying it, but to me, I laugh every time.
We set the tone that this is the most important match because whoever goes to the finals, and I think we played the first semi, Gambit played afterwards.
Yeah.
So we were actually the first team to qualify into LCS.
What they are playing for now is a chance for the finals of Gamescom.
On the Saturday, we were quite good. Not on the Sunday.
Oh my God.
CLG are in trouble here because SK Gaming now pushing the inhibitor turret. They've taken down the inhibitor turret.
For me, it was one of the defining moments for you because that's the game that I think made you SK Ocelote. We have you, Aranea.
One of the best teammates I had as well.
That's the moment when I saw, for the first time, a better Ashe than yours.
We had Kevin, of course. Kevin, which still keeps going now, is streaming.
At that point, I think he was the best top laner in Europe.
Yeah, he was insane. He was absolutely insane.
We have Bora, Yellow Star.
People don't understand how good of an AD carry he was. Nif, what a great guy. I don't think to this day, I haven't met a better human being than Nif,
That for us was the most important match.
Yeah,
and
true.
Everybody made clear that we were all on the same page.
SK Gaming 2-0.
Man, the emotions, the emotions. You see that?
And then I cried, and then you were there.
Of course you did. That was one of the moments that you craved to have. But, I mean, after all the emotions broke out and everything, you guys went out celebrating that Saturday night as if there was no morning. To play the final,
next day.
The final the next day, and I think a couple of you guys were still a bit shaky.
Let's just say I became not myself, and I almost passed out. I remember, it was terrible. But we celebrated this. This was important.
That was super important.
Worlds is is the most important thing in esports. League of Legends Worlds, period.
For us at SK, it was always, we wanted to make it to Worlds, we wanted to be one of the top 15, top 20 worldwide. That's as far as you can go.
Qualifying for that makes a statement for the rest of for the next 12 months. You have one of the best 16 teams on earth. And considering this game is played by 100 million people, It's quite a statement, right?
I think we lost in group stage with a backdoor as well.
Yeah, against CLG. Backdoor against CLG, I remember it. Yeah, I remember it. It was terrible. It was very bad.
Of course, we dreamt of making it to the semis or into the final, but we never came close to that. So that's an experience that I don't have. You have it now. You have it 2018.
I always dreamed with winning Worlds. I couldn't as a player, so this is the closest I can get.
Does it give you the same feeling when you're playing there or you're a manager there?
I enjoy watching much more than playing it, actually. Playing it, you act by instinct in-game only. It's so tough as a team owner. It's really stressful. There's nothing you can do.
Can you enjoy it if you're so involved?
Yeah.
I never can. I mean,
yeah.
only if you lift the trophy.
What is enjoying, right? Like when you, even if you lose, right? But if like, you lose and then you have the terrible day, then you can't sleep almost. But then you win and you have a perfect day and you can't sleep because you're so on adrenaline, right? Yeah. So, but you wouldn't know how good it is to win if you wouldn't know how bad it is to lose, right?
But looking at 2018 now, looking at how strong the European region is and what great job you guys are doing.
You're coming in at the best period ever.
Like, I think so too.
Honestly,
I think we have a great chance.
You guys are in for a treat because right now the Western world has really good training culture, and simultaneously you have Riot doing things incredibly well. The game is just 10 years old and refuses to die. Just keeps accelerating and keeps having increased player base. So this is just honestly, you guys come in the very best moment in my eyes.
Team is not defined by the trophies you win, it is defined by how you cope with huge losses. And by huge losses, I mean a moment like this. The beginning of 2015, I believe, this is when SK peaked. It's cool to see, but it's also the beginning of the downfall of us dropping out of LCS. A very fragile team, because of the characters in the team.
Yeah. 5 people that are just Kobe Bryant, all of them. Imagine 5 ocelotes.
Yeah, I would have retired from managing a team.
I think the 5 ocelotes would have retired at the same time as well.
Gamers 2, they want to unseat a stalwart of the European LCS.
You guys almost come back. My heart, man, I don't think I've ever been this pressure in my entire life.
For us, for SK, I think it was super important to go through this time because it taught us a valuable lesson as well. Just because you have a name, just because you have a pass, it doesn't mean anything. Esports or anything we have in competition is in the here and now.
But here, like, we are media companies. We have digital footprint and we need to be relevant in social media and we need to be relevant competitively or otherwise we die. And that makes us have to be always on top of our game, right?
Sometimes these losses, they make you change things you wouldn't change without these losses. Right. Everything you worked for so hard just fell apart, and you kind of try to bring everything back to the top, try to bring everything back to a situation where you can re-qualify and rewrite the story. But what we learned is it takes time.
Without these losses, you grow as if you think you were doing perfect. Without this, there's no growth.
What we do as managers of these brands is try to redefine what running an organization in this environment is all about. And that's why you need these losses. I'm not sure if we will come to a situation where we will call SK versus G2 El Clasico.
Why is it that you're so relentless in getting into League of Legends again?
I think we got unfinished business, to be honest. We tried hard for the past 2-3 years to find our way back in, and we saw the opportunity to sign players that are worthy being put on a stage that is a bit larger than the league itself actually was at that time. Yeah. And if they can do that this season, then we might be able to bring them into EU Masters, which is the long-term plan, but it is a long-term plan. But we really want to showcase that we are worthy of you respecting us as a team.
If you're able to grow something from zero and grow these players one day into great players that maybe get to the world stage, that's 100% more rewarding, actually.
Isn't it funny that you guys actually set the table?
I mean, you did set the table for those that set the table for those. You know, there's always, we are like...
It's family.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, it's family.
You guys are like the first wave of esports. G2 is the second wave of esports. Now it's coming the third wave of esports.
Yeah.
So you were just taking a break in the second one, in League of Legends.
What is clear is that we do share a lot of common visions about the game, but we will compete against each other. That's why we're in this game.
I will have to ask you, what's the line you don't want me to cross? Because I always do that. I'm a very respectful banter guy, you know?
I haven't thought about it so far, but I will. Now that I know, I will. But I really hope that Riot maybe lets us open up.
That wouldn't be too bad.
That would be cool in 2019.
I think the opener will be undeniably the finals of the previous one. So Fnatic and Schalke will warm up the crowd, and then we go in, and the real, you know,
Fnatic and Schalke, that's your position.
Then Bon Jovi comes in and, you know, and breaks the show. I'm gonna have so much fun, man. This is great. Okay, bro, thanks so much.